It looks like Liverpool is finally making their first big move in the transfer market, and it's a player I've been wanting to see at the club for a while. Kubo, a former Real Madrid player who recently has made his impact on the ascending squad of Real Sociedad. In this video, as someone who has watched at least 10 games of Kubo from the last season, I want to give you 3 reasons as to why I believe he might be the perfect understudy to Mohamed Salah, and one thing he will have to work on as a parting gift in this video. First, Take is a left-footed right winger just like Salah. I know this sounds so simple-minded, but it makes a big difference when it comes to the patterns of play for Liverpool. Essentially, you're looking to bring in a player who will replicate what Salah has done rather than reinventing the position. Being left-footed, it's only natural for him to cut inside to create opportunities for himself or his teammates. Kubo on these terms is actually more dangerous than Salah. He averaged 1.8 successful dribbles per game last season, while Salah is at 0.8. The success rate is also quite impressive here for Kubo at 55%, while Salah is at 35%. You could obviously put that down to possibly higher profile defenders playing in the Premier League than La Liga, but I personally am a strong believer that La Liga actually has some quality fullbacks themselves. So, when it comes down to the ability to hug the touchline and cut inside to create chances, Kubo will be able to replicate what Salah does already. Salah has come up with 7.5 expected assists in the last season, while Kubo got to a 6.49 in an arguably weaker front line. All these stats and the eye test for me indicate that he could still learn a thing or two from Salah and develop into a player who might be able to one day return the same output as Salah himself. Let's get to the second reason why I believe Kubo could be a great fit for Liverpool: his defensive ability and work rate. While Salah isn't necessarily a lazy player, based on his heat map, you can tell that most of what he does is get the team to score goals. With Kubo, you could get additional help for someone like Trent in defensive situations. I mean, just look at Salah's heat map compared to Kubo's. Here you can clearly tell that Kubo spends a lot more time in his own half than Salah does. Now, you might think this is because of somewhat more defensive setup for Real Sociedad, and I wouldn't say you're wrong, but just based on the stats I see, Kubo actually does good work in defense. He averages 0.4 interceptions per game compared to Salah's 0.1. He averages 0.9 tackles a game while Salah is on 0.5. And on top of it, he has 0.2 clearances while Salah has none at all. Additionally, Kubo wins 10% more of his aerial duels than Salah, which actually surprises me because most people think Salah is that physical specimen and Kubo couldn't really compete with that, but the little man puts his body into the right places. Now let's get to the third and last reason as to why I believe Kubo is ideal for Liverpool. It's because the age profile is just about right. A large bulk of Liverpool players currently are under 25 years old. It's important for a team like Liverpool to have the opportunity to keep a group of players together for a long time and develop them as a unit. Right around his age range, we currently have the likes of Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Trent, Gakpo, Konate, Darwin, Elliott, Kwanzaa, Bradley, and McAllister. Also, at 9 years younger than Salah, he has plenty of time to improve and become the right wing Liverpool will need in the future without the Egyptian king. I understand that some might argue that Liverpool already have Harvey Elliott for this position, or even Ben Doak, but for me personally, it's too early for Ben, and Harvey Elliott has proven that he performs much better when he's utilized as a right-sided 8 competing with Szoboszlai. Combine all of this with the fact that Liverpool already have Endo in the team, Kubo's national team captain, you have a great environment for Kubo to develop in without any real issues of adaptation. The club will welcome him with open arms, and I'm sure he will feel home very quickly. Now onto the one thing Kubo needs to improve in order to get to a level like Salah: goal scoring. Kubo got 7 goals last season while Salah got up to 18, one of his more low-scoring seasons, one would say. The expected goals numbers show a world of difference here between the two. Salah was on 21.2 and Kubo got up to 3.54. The only good thing I can say here is that Kubo significantly outdone his XG by doubling it with his goals, which is a great look for him, but for Salah, it just shows how many goal-scoring opportunities he gets himself into. That is the key thing I feel Kubo will have to work on to get into the double digits for goal scoring. For Salah, it's all about getting into the right positions for his ability to contribute to the goal scoring of the team. Kubo will have to utilize his great dribbling attributes to get into those areas where he can either score or set up his teammates to do so. Despite the expected assist numbers being very close to each other for Kubo and Salah, the Egyptian managed to create double the big chances Kubo has. So clearly there is room for improvement there for Kubo. Of course, during this video, I've mentioned a lot of stats, but these aren't the only things that matter in football. We have seen it often enough where some guy gets a 7.5 on FOTMOB, but actually played a horrible game, especially visible during the Euros. So let's not make this all about stats and get to watching Kubo games if you have the time. For me, he 100% passes the eye test, and I've been wanting Liverpool to sign him for a long time now. I'm just glad the rumors are actually heating up. As a closer, I will ask you now, do you think Kubo could make a significant contribution to Liverpool's setup in the upcoming season, or do you believe that Liverpool should be more active in different areas of the team, like a new number 6 or even another backup centre-back? If so, let me know who you think could be a perfect fit. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day and wish to see you again on the next video. Take care.